Hello, everybody. Um, I just left the bathroom here at Cove Park, which is in Tequesta, Florida. It is a free access beach and like a beautiful, beautiful beach, one of the most beautiful beaches in Florida. And just wanted to point out several things to try to prevent problems for future van dwellers or travelers. Typically, what I do is like if you're in your vehicle, usually at night or in the morning, you may have to do number one. I typically do it into a pee jug, and what I do is I empty it at public restrooms, usually at parks and stuff like this, where I can kind of sneak in and dump it and then clean my jar and leave. But I don't leave a mess. It doesn't even look like I was there. And I carry it around in either a bag or a small little backpack like you see here. And I do that so that it's not obvious what you're doing, even though, yeah, it's like a daily requirement. The other thing I want to point it out is that they do have showers here. It's a free shower, and the bathrooms are fairly clean and well stocked. But and there's like little picnic areas where you can actually barbecue and cook things, and they let you use it pretty much for free. So if you're using a place like this, you want to make sure that you don't trash it or look like you're living here. And you shouldn't really try to live at a place like this. It will get patrolled, I think, at least once an hour. Um, it's a rich area, so the police, they're on top of it, and they don't want anyone here that doesn't really belong. But if you're traveling through and stuff, they usually don't hassle you, if, unless you're sitting there making it obvious that you're staying here. Now, what I would do is, when I was living here and stuff, I actually didn't sleep overnight at places like this. I would go into the city and try to, it was like a 24-hour Walmart at the time, and park out there, or some other place where I could basically hide. Sleep in my vehicle undetected. That's why it's stealth camping. But anyhow, I'm on the beach right now and just wanted to show you the view. And we're going to be checking out these rocks. It is a most spectacular beach. And that building you see off in the distance there, I don't know if it's showing up if I'm getting it. That used to be that multi-million-dollar like mansion house thingy that looked like it was abandoned, and I was thinking of squatting it. So they tore it down and they put up that huge mega condo. Anyhow, we're gonna go on the beach and take a little walk and talk, and just enjoy the day here. Not the whole day. We're gonna leave, after I do my talk and stuff, because I wanted to show you Jupiter Inlet, which is where, I actually used to kind of live. I parked my van right on the inlet, and would wake up with the sunrise on the inlet. It was so beautiful out there, but it's like a multi-million-dollar spot. I think it's like 40 million or something. And the residents who pay money for their houses and stuff on the other side of the inlet, as well as the ones who go to the park there, they didn't like me kind of freeloading in that $40 million spot. So they called the police on me, and they surrounded me. It's like the police do not look kindly to van dwellers. They're like, hey, you're leeching off the system, and you're not even paying our salary. But I had to explain to them at the time, the reason I was here even was I was a mailman for this area. I was a mailman for Jupiter, Tequesta, Jupiter Farms. So I explained to them, hey, I'm your mailman. If you haul me off, you don't get mail. But I asked them where I could park for the night, and they sent me out of town to this like area that was like under development at the time, and it's where they say the truckers would go and camp. They would park their trucks out there and sleep. That's what I did, and they also referred me to the VA because they found out I was a veteran, and that's how I started getting veteran services. So if you're a veteran, a military veteran, and you're homeless, check for the nearest, Google for the nearest VA hospital or clinic, and then ask for their homeless intake and stuff, social services. and they will try to get you into the system so you at least get some care. And if you're like me, later on they ended up diagnosing me, saying that part of the reason I became homeless and all the issues I had with the legal system and all that was related to my military service. They kind of messed me up a bit in the military. Whoa! If you're wondering why I'm bumping, it's because I'm walking around on these rocks, these corals. Yeah, so this area here is just spectacular. The water comes up and sometimes blows up through the holes. And I think on the other end they have blowing rocks, so it probably is the same kind of setup, but with more holes where water will shoot up like that, kind of like a water spout. Is that what it's called, a water spout? It'll shoot up like a water volcano. So sometimes the water goes down so low you can actually go under there and crawl around in like the underneath the coral caves. And this area is really cool when it's not cold like this. You can go snorkeling. Yeah. So, because the water is usually pretty calm like this. So out a little bit along the edge there, you can have snorkels and check out. Whoa! You can check out all the sea life. Isn't that cool how the rocks form? So you can see it's got like little water caves. And I'm pretty sure that Blowing Rocks is probably similar to this, but maybe has more blowing water. I don't know. I paid to go there, but I didn't go look at the actual blowing rocks. Here, you just park at the beach and come access it. And, you could spend probably a half a day or a whole day hanging out in this area, enjoying the water. And for those of you who do photography and stuff, really nice settings. This does not look like the typical Florida beach. It is totally different looking than most Florida beaches, because most Florida beaches basically are flat sand. But this one has rocks. Look at that. Wow, they made a huge condo from what was supposed to be Denoy's mansion on the beach. Oh, what a difference a few years makes. That all was probably about 6 years ago when all that was going on. Oh, look at this other spot right here. Isn't this just absolutely amazing? What's cool is like the sea life. If you look at the fish and stuff that are in these waters, they look like the fish and stuff you see like on Finding Nemo. They're colorful. They're like they're not like just regular boring fish. They actually have like decent color, stripes, and patterns and stuff. So it's really cool to check that out. And if you like combing for shells and stuff, there are some shells on this beach. But like I said, if you enjoy things like snorkeling, I wouldn't do it today. It's a little too cold and the water's a little bit rough. But there are times where the water's so calm, you can't even tell that it's the ocean. It actually seems like you're in a calm lake or pond. And you can snorkel. The water usually isn't too deep, and you can snorkel along the reef and see all the animals. Like right here, you can see some birds. I don't know if the camera's picking it up because I have it on the front camera, so I don't see what's actually being filmed. But One of the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go ahead and end it now, and maybe head over to Jupiter Inlet to show off Jupiter Inlet for those of you who are traveling through. It is also worth your time and stop. You could probably spend a whole day there. If you have a family and you're living in Florida, you know, south or central Florida, Jupiter Inlet is worth the stop. It is so beautiful over there, and there's like a little river that runs through. You know, it's basically where the water comes in, and then it branches off to form like a river that I call the Jupiter River. But basically, you could take an inner tube or a little raft or something and go in that. You can even kayak in it potentially. But people can walk it. It usually doesn't get super deep, although there are parts that, you know, are deeper than 6 or 7 feet, maybe even 10 or 12 feet deep. But there are parts of it, most of it is like waist deep. And you can actually float down that, go tubing, is what I used to do for fun. I used to bring my kids here when I was a mailman. I would go pick them up from Brevard County and bring them all the way over here to hang out with me. We'd spend the day at Jupiter Inlet, you know, snorkeling and tubing and just having a good time. And it's all free. That's what's really amazing about it. Is, the parks and the beach access here at Jupiter still are free. But like I said, if you try to sleep overnight here, it is kind of difficult because the police do patrol, and they patrol like almost on the hour. And they're not too friendly to people trying to live here in this area in their vehicles. So be warned, you might be able to do it. You know, if you respond to the police respectfully when they knock on your door or whatever, typically they'll just ask you to move, and you can ask them where you can park safely, and they will guide you. They will tell you where you can go. And in most cases, it's actually going to be to the next town over or a development somewhere. They want you out of the city, but they'll tell you where you can go, so at least you don't get into trouble. I hope you found these tips useful, and I hope that if you get a chance, you do come by and check out this spectacular, spectacular location. Until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. Stay safe, and I hope you'll continue to follow me on my journey as I test out Casper the Friendly Host and revisit some of my old stomping grounds. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye now.